Welcome, lovely ones. I hope you're well. I'm just going to share with you my 5-step process to help your emotional well-being feel stronger, feel as you'd like it to be. So to start off with, just think about how would you like to feel emotionally. Let's start with a goal in mind of where you'd like your emotional well-being to be. Right, let's go through the process. It's my SMILE model. So the S in the SMILE model represents self-talk. You know, that constant internal dialogue that's going on inside your mind. Some of the time you can hear it consciously, and then a lot of the time it's just playing out as white noise, navigating you either towards things or to stay still or to step away. It's determining how you're feeling about any given situation. It's creating a perspective that either supports you moving forwards or not. It creates the stories around the situations that you are experiencing. Sometimes it's helpful and sometimes it's not. So we always have to think about what is it that's happening inside our mind, because that dialogue is determining how you're feeling. So have a look at it. First of all, notice what is your self-talk like, and then make the changes. I'm going to change the actual words I say to myself. I'm going to be my biggest encourager. I'm going to believe in myself. I'm going to look for where I do things really well. I'm going to talk to myself in a really nice tone. I'm going to promise never to put myself down to other people. You get the idea. M is motivate. What can you do within your world that motivates you? Do you need a small goal? Do you need a big goal? Do you need more motivational information going in? Do you need to be looking at more motivational information, listening to it, or being around people that are just inspiring and motivating? But what can you do to turn up the dial of your motivation? Intention. Do you set intentions at the beginning of the day? I do. And let me tell you, the days that I don't, they're my vanilla days. They're the days when I look back and think I don't really know what that day was all about. But the days I set intention are the days where my body, my system, my mind shows up for me. So I would set intentions around what outcomes do I want to experience today, what results, what experiences do I want, how do I want to feel during the day, on it, sharp, bright, motivated, light, lots of energy. And how do I want to be thinking during the day? I want to be looking for opportunities. I want to be looking for things I can say yes to. I want to look for things that give me adventure, put a bit of spark in my belly. So have a little think about what intentions you can set at the beginning of the day that help put your mind into the right frame of mind, the right structure that you can experience the day through, and also allows the universe to know what to start bringing towards you. Because we're magnets and we're attracting whatever we're thinking with feeling. Do you want everything you think with feeling? The L is love. What do you consciously participate in within the day that makes you feel love? Either loved or loving towards yourself or towards others. Do you put yourself in loving conversations, in loving situations where you feel that you can leave your heart wide open and just enjoy being in that moment? So what makes you feel the feeling of love? Who makes you feel the feeling of love? And what experiences are you putting yourself in that love isn't present, that you can look at dialing down a bit? And what experiences are you putting yourself in that love is present and you can dial that up a bit? Last and not least is E for environment and exercise. So when you look around your space that you're in, that you're spending your time in, does it feel when you sit in it or stand in it or walk into it, does your heart go, this feels good? Or do you get a tightening, a tensioning, a resistance coming up? Is there some decluttering that you could do? Are there things within your environment that you've been tolerating, putting up with? I remember that for years I put up with some masking tape around a lampshade point in the wall. It just became, once my decorator had left, I'd forgotten to take it down. He had, I had. And for a couple of years I put up with that. And then when I took it down, it took me 30 seconds. And I thought, what else am I tolerating that I don't need to tolerate in my world, in my environment? What can I do to make my environment much more nurturing, much more enjoyable, much more relaxing, much more nourishing to be in? Is it flowers? Is it fruit? Is it opening the curtains? Is it having the windows open? Is it tidying up that corner that has become the dumping corner, and every time you look at it, it reminds you of what you should be doing? And I've put exercise down as well. I know we can talk about the physical exercise, but what can you exercise every day that strengthens your mind, strengthens your soul and your spirit and your emotional well-being? What practice can you put into place that flexes all those muscles, your thinking muscles, your self-talk muscles, your intention muscles, your physical muscles, your self-nourishment muscles? What can you do every day that exercises your mind, your soul, for a great emotional well-being? Because it's a bit like the soundtrack to our lives, isn't it? Emotional well-being. You know, if we're in a dark mood, it might feel like we're the sound, what's going on around us is heavy metal music. And if we're feeling good, then we experience a more light and gentle and or more upbeat or more positive soundtrack. But we are carrying within this vessel whatever mood and emotional state we're in everywhere. And it's us that gets to either be the direct benefactor or experience the consequences of it. So having a little practice in place can totally support you feeling much more like you on a great day more frequently. I'm not going to ask you to feel like this every single day, but you can experience you at your best 70%, 80% of the time. So you decide, out of all of these wonderful components, which works for you, if not all. What one thing could you do in each one of these areas, either do less of or more of, that will strengthen your emotional well-being? You know, as we say, your emotional well-being is an inside job. It's not really anything that somebody else can do for you. They definitely can deteriorate it sometimes. But really, if you want your emotional well-being to feel strong and positive and hopeful and dynamic, or whatever it is you decided at the beginning of this film, it's 100% within your gift. So I hope that's been helpful. I feel like I've rattled through it, but I wanted to get you all the information through as quickly as possible in a way that you can then just go away and make your own recipe. So enjoy the 5-step smile model for your emotional well-being. Lots of love.